So, for the past few years, I'm sure you've realized that me and Hexa have had a pretty bitter feud throughout these last few years. And behind closed doors, even though I will admit I did start this, I attempted to try and settle our differences and come to an agreement. But sadly, like is always the case, I am not only physically more mature than him, but I am also mentally more mature than him. I don't want to continue slinging mud on someone I once considered my best friend, and after what happened in his last rant video against me, I feel he took it too far. And I've been debating on whether I should discuss this story right now, or if I should ever discuss it at all. But at this point, I realize that there is no, and I mean absolutely no other option for me right now. So, what I'm about to talk about is something nobody's ever heard about, and ultimately is something that a lot of people back during the Vidlii days, and yes, this is going very far back. This is a lot of things that everybody in the community tried to sweep under the rug, but ultimately, I have to discuss it right now. And considering the community's mostly dead, I figure I'd at least try to explain the story right now. So, understand that some people might not know about the people in this story, but what you will learn is the type of person that Hexa is and the type of person he always has been. So, here we go. During the, I guess, heyday, in my opinion, of the late 2010s era of Vidlii, which is a really interesting hodgepodge of different types of creators and whatnot, Jan decided to organize a little get together. You know what I mean? A little get together, and it just so happened that everybody who is a part of the Italy community, or anybody who could realistically come, they were all able to make it to Atlanta, Georgia. Now, keep in mind, this was, of course, a very small group, so it wasn't like some big convention VidCon thing. It was a small, like, get together between a couple of the creators, and it wasn't exactly like the who's who. It had some very notable members. The Video Gamer 64, Kazi, Ed Ray was there. Crafting Lord was also there. Travis was there as well. A few others who escape me at this moment. And there was me, Hexa, and two other people who used to sort of be in our group. I'm not exactly going to explain their names. They know who they are. And ultimately, it doesn't even matter because none of them even knew about this. We kept them in the dark because we felt it really wasn't that important. So it was me, Hexa, the two other people. The fourth one I actually thought was homeless. He really wasn't a part of Italy, but he was a part of our little circle. And not a lot of cool people were there. A lot of people really had this thing about like keeping their anonymity or whatever the fuck, you know. They wanted to be disguised because I'm a serious, edgy political activist. I can't let anybody see who I am. Yeah, whatever, dude. But yeah. So it was me, Hexa, and some old friends, some ex friends or whatever. I'm not trying to make this personal, so I'm not going to dwell on it too much. But you know, it was a fun little get together, and we were, of course, all a part of the group BBGS, which is, it's dead now because of all this shit. But yeah, what we were going to do when we got there, we were going to film one really good skit, all right? Maybe two or a few more. Just something that we can get together and say that we made this. Now, the thing about it is that I was usually left with the other two during the entire trip, and there wasn't really that many people to talk to. Crafting Lord was he was kind of a boring guy. I'm not going to lie to you. He was apparently very big back in the day. Like, I think we might have been the most described other than Ed Ray, but you know, he was just not all that interesting. Ed Ray and I were great. We got along pretty well, mostly because a lot of shows that we liked, we were watching them when they were airing. Once again, we're pretty old. Hexa exposed that. Thanks a lot, asshole. But yeah, we that was basically the length of our conversation, though, because usually he really liked to talk about his political leanings, and I'm not exactly super against what he's trying to say. I think anybody has the right to say whatever they want on the internet, and I think we need to go back to that. But he was just kind of getting dull after a while. You know what I mean? And Travis, I've I mean, on a lazy Sunday, sure, but usually I usually want to talk to somebody else. So it was me and the other two guys, and we got along pretty well. But Hexa was flaking on everything. Hexa was out doing something here and there. It was just kind of he was just kind of acting a little bit like out of the loop, and it's like, come on, we're all here, we're all together, let's do something. And we were only able to film certain scenes, usually ones without Hexa in them, and Hexa wrote it, so the only scenes that we had were like two, and we were wondering where Hexa was. That was it. Those were the only scenes. We went to a water park once, and they left me there. Anyways, the point being is that we really didn't spend all that much time with each other. And another person who was there, who he escapes me. Marcus, I want to say his name was, some like bratty Irish kid, and you know he calls me in, and this is like near the end of the thing. I'm a little bit pissed off because Hexa's been blowing me off the entire time. You know what I mean? He's been blowing me off, and I'm just wondering, why are you just mangling around? Because there's nobody else really to talk to. Travis and Crafting Lord, they were busy with doing whatever the fuck they were doing with each other. I'm not exactly sure. Ed Ray was, him and Ed Ray actually didn't get along very well. I think they've mended things in recent years, but so far it's they really weren't that good of friends. And then I see this kid, right, and he's like he's laughing his ass off, and I'm just trying to like find something to do. So I'm just wondering, okay, dude, what's so funny? What's so funny that you're just laughing all the time? And he looks at me, he's like, dude, you gotta go see this. And it's like, okay, whatever. So I was like, where, like, because he tells me, he said, you gotta go see this. This is room something. Look around the corner. Don't let anybody see you. And it's like, okay. And I'm waiting around the corner, waiting for something to happen. I'm waiting for really anything to happen, right? And the hotel door opens, the door that the kid told me to look at, and I see Hexa. I see Hexa. He's trying to get his clothes on a little bit. He's he smells. I can smell it from over here, and it doesn't putting two together. You know what I mean? I was like, hell yeah, man! My boy got laid. That's epic. All right, like, and I was, and I'm hiding, but I'm just thinking like, yo, we are going to party tonight. All right, you are not going to escape. We are going to fucking get out of the hotel, and we are going to party because that is fucking cool. And then the woman that apparently is coming, I hear her faintly in the background. And I figure, all right, I'm going to see, what type of lady this guy bagged. It was Cassie. Him and Cassie were sleeping together behind the video gamer 64's back. If you're not familiar, all right, Cassie is this British girl, and Video Gamer 64 is this like Southern dude, and they had like a very, very public internet relationship for quite a while. They both liked video games. They sort of had a similar style of like games and vlogging. They were both fat. Like they had a lot in common. And I see this Hexa and Cassie like kiss each other goodnight. And I'm like, this is who you were like ignoring the boys for? So, I just dashed it back to my room, and I waited for the guy to come back. Now, the other two people, they were sleeping together in the same bed. Don't know what was up with that. I turned off Adult Swim, and, just trying to, like, calm myself down, because I just need some, like, I need to think about this, because this is fucking weird, you know what I mean? And I'm just waiting for him to get back, because I need to talk to him. Like, this is just odd to me. And he comes through the door, and he looks at me, and he acts like I'm the one that's fucking around. He's like, "Hey," and I'm just like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, I'm doing good. How about you?" He's like, and yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hey, can we talk a little bit on the balcony? He's like, I kind of just wanted to go to sleep, man. It's like, well, I mean, like, we really haven't been talking all that much, and I just wanted to, like, talk a little bit to you, like, just for a minute. And he's like, well, okay. And so we went to the balcony. I didn't see anybody around. I remember the room. I don't think it really had a balcony, or at least it was on the other side. And I just laid into him. Like, how the fuck can you be sleeping around with another man's woman? This is some bullshit. Like, what the fuck is problem? He's like, whoa, you saw that? It's like, yeah, I saw that. And you're also dodging the boys to sleep with fucking, like, Jabba the Hutt's daughter over here. Like, you don't think I'm a little bit angry? You don't think I'm a little bit angry about what the fuck you're doing? He's like, listen, all right? I'm trying to get some publicity for the boys. And whenever Hexa says, I'm trying to get some publicity for the boys back, anybody in BBGS can remember when he says that. Even now, I still hear people, in his camp say, yeah, he really likes saying that still. And it's like, fuck, man. Whenever he says that, he's basically just saying, listen, I want to do something selfish and something for myself, but I'm not going to let anybody know about it, because it'll make me look bad. But we'll all be together, right? We'll all be together if this goes south. And it's like, okay. So, he says that. He's like, listen, if I bag the baddest bitch on Vidlii, BBGS is just going to skyrocket in popularity. And it's like, you're already like a well-known person, and the people that would watch you on Vidlii are already watching BBGS. Like, that makes no fucking sense. You know what I mean? He's like, nah, trust me on this. Trust me on this. This is a good investment. It's like, all right, listen, I'm not going to judge you. I think you know what you're doing. And come to find out, like always, Hexa had no idea what he was doing. And what happened was this one guy, Josh, I can't remember his name, he this is fucking stupid, but like for real, this dude actually did this. He banged on everybody's door like a little child. And he told us all we were going to have a karaoke night. And he sang karaoke for most of it, because why the fuck wouldn't he? And you wouldn't believe it. The video gamer 64 with a voice, and him and Kazi like to sing a lot on Vidlii, but they were really fucking bad at it. But he got up there and he just sang the Smith song, right? And that's why Hexa always hates the Smiths. If you've ever talked to him, he will not shut the fuck up about how much he hates the Smiths. But he just busted out this rendition of "There Is a Light That Will Never Go Out," like the video gamer 64, and Kazi was back in the saddle, as it were, and Hexa was without a bitch, you know? And he legit went up to the hotel, on the hotel phone nonetheless, and called in a bomb threat. He called in a bomb threat on the hotel phone. Like, I was fucking nervous as shit, alright? Because I know at least one of the people in this room, not me, had fucking marijuana on him. And I was afraid that I was going to get got, okay? I was going to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and my life was going to be fucking over. But thankfully, they just laughed at him and kicked him out of the hotel. And that's sort of how also this, what is it, the third episode of Vidlii TV, or the fourth one with Kazi and the Video Gamer 64 came about. And that wasn't a good episode, because it was obvious that if you watched that episode, you'd pick up on the jaded, bitter ex-lover vibes that he gave towards Kazi. And it's a little bit sad. So, yeah, that's basically all I really have to say about the situation. I've kind of kept it hidden. A lot of people kept it hidden because I think this was after a certain situation with a really bad mod. I don't really want to specify more, but the community was very rocky. This was the owner, Jan's last chance to try to bring everybody together to try to sing Kumbaya. And, Hexa had to fuck it up for everybody. So if anybody is wondering, like, gee, I miss when Vidlii was toxic and it was like all this fun, dumb shit going on, and I wonder what happened. It was really Hexa's fault in the end. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's basically my story of the dumb shit that this guy pulled and how it fucked everything up for everybody. That's all I really had to say. Hexa, if you're watching this, I know you're watching this. Go fuck yourself.